you down with BCP? The following content is intended for a mature audience. Only viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Yeah. To the tune of OPP, minority by nature. No time for idle chitter chat and petty iterations. Teaming to me exponentially like I'm Barack's inauguration. Erratic calculations, nah, I runs the infinite. Only way I slow me down is with some calcing by a limit. They might no longer show the work, the answer self-evident. Some truth should be proclaimed in the Declaration of Independence. Things not instantaneous can be approximated by adding up our changes till everything integrated. Word to my partners in calculus. Yo, you down with BCP? Yeah, you know me. You down with BCP? Yeah, you know me. Integral, grind exponential. You down with BCP? That's the way we rotate radiannually. You down with BCP? Down with BCP? You down with BCP? You down with BCP? That's the way we do things limitlessly. Yeah, you down with BCP? Yeah, you know me. You down with BCP? Let's blow. Switch the flow. Shift the tempo. You down with BCP? Down with BCP? You down with BCP? You down with BCP? That's the way we do things limitlessly. Yeah, you down with BCP? Yeah, you know
I'm looking at that face. I'm looking at that face.
Oh, I gotta change the face.
Shift the tempo. Yeah. Respect the pivot, bruh. Mean median mode. Accumulate the statistics with my bars each row. Distribute probability depending where you flow. My question for you here is, bruh, do you get that though? What you thought it would be? Kick the riddle, run DMC style. I'm Beastie Boy. Steadily been Beastie Boy.
Am I getting some? Wait, let me just turn it up there.
Arithmetic, mean logic, metaphors more abundant. Got them feeling over the done it. Think you had enough for the moment. Good morning, yawn out of the bed. I crawl. I'm like, oh dog, hold up. Bump into the thing.
All right, don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. You had me for a second.
Patty Lara. Telecoat. Techcoat. Teleco? How you spell it?
That's Armando. Armando Lara.
Okay, all right.
This whole weird format, I've only noticed it on our channel, and I keep forgetting to go look at what the hell is going on while we're only seeing everyone's like weird, like their YouTube handles rather than their actual names that they put out there. Like, gosh, that's my bad. I've been too busy to look into that, but so we kind of have to just like pay attention to the icons that everyone has. We know that's Mr. Mayhem wasn't spelled Mr. Now it's at Mr. Mayhem, which is just strange. And Tecolote is Armando Lara Jr. And then Patty Lara, his lovely wife.
Tecolote.
Kind of like Tecolote.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
What does tecolote mean, by the way? It's got to be some cool word in Spanish. You know, I've got Rosetta Stone here, like the $600 version my wife bought me 8 years ago, and I'm like, I'm going to learn to do this one day, and I still haven't done it. I'm an asshole.
Hey.
Owl. Tecolote means owl. Thank you for that.
Oh, wise one. Oh. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a tootsie roll? A one, a two, a three.
A three. Let's get to our chat really quick because our guests can only be here for now another 18 minutes or so. So we don't want to keep them too long.
I just want to say that for the record.
What's that?
It's a great guest, by the way.
Oh, it's a great guest. So a little teaser. Maybe you can figure this out. It was well over a year ago. I was in Florida. For all of our fans out there, Mr. Mayhem, Cliff might know this. The ones that have been around for a while. Every show, by the way. I was in Florida. My friends were in town, and this guest was on, and he was absolutely freaking amazing. Everyone loved him. And I went back and rewatched the show because I rarely do that because I don't like to watch myself. But he was an amazing guest. And I would like to know if any one of you can guess, like Cliff, Mr. Mayhem, could you guess who this guest is? Hasn't been on in over a year, I'd say. But I never actually got to talk to him other than the one brief moment. And here's your hint. I came on the show with my buddy's kid. And I had my buddy's kid sit here and talk to you guys for our panel here for like 5 minutes. And he was like very nervous. Can anyone remember that? I'm curious to know if you do. But we will bring him on here in a second. But I would love to know if you have some guesses. Cliff says, Cliff is the one that would know this. So he says, I know some of your buddies. I don't know. Wait, that's the wrong one. I know some of your buddies, but don't know which one it is. Well, he's not a personal friend, but he was one of our best guests. So he's
very knowledgeable. Very knowledgeable.
He's a buddy now, but he wasn't a buddy then because I wasn't on the show with him, so I didn't even get to know him really.
Very knowledgeable.
Great. Dude. I offered him his own show on the members content. Or no, before the show. I did before the show. No, so we did do the members content tonight. So check that out for all of our members, Cliff Victoria, everyone who is here that has who are members to the channel. It's just Cliff Victoria so far. Check out the members content. That's a good one, Cliff. You're gonna like it. So let's not waste any more of our guests' time. Since Hub Arkush. How'd you guess, Armando? That's funny. All right. His name.
Without further ado.
I got to get this ready, though, because I made something special for him. Is. Hold on, I got to go.
Oh, my Lord.
We talking about we talking to it's been a long time, baby. Shiro posterity. Yo, it was a pleasure the last time that you joined us on the show. Yo, my good friend Sri Ram, we want to thank you for joining us once again. But we gotta know, you down with BCP? I know you are. You down with BCP? Yeah, you know me. Ooh.
What's up, my man?
Oh, my Lord. With that entire lead-in, I have two things to say. First, I don't know if you could see, I was physically biting my own tongue and preventing myself from saying a word, not because it was embarrassing. It was actually extremely sweet. And you actually put effort into writing an introduction for a nobody. And so that means a lot. Thank you. That was extremely sweet of you. Secondly, more importantly, your dancing gives me flashbacks to when probably the three of us all saw each other at Crowbar in the 90s. I can guarantee we must have at some point. And we copy each other's dance moves.
I guarantee you are correct on that.
I guarantee you I ain't never seen that before in my life.
I've been to the Crowbar a lot, my friend. I've been to the Crowbar.
Likewise. The moment, I don't know when your first time was, but the moment I would read, I don't know if you remember in the Tribune back in the day, like in the mid 90s especially, there would always be a tiny, small entertainment section of who's who was spotted out where. We'd hear things like Bill Weddington went out to some steakhouse with his wife. And then it would always be Dennis Rodman was spotted at Crowbar. Dennis Rodman was spotted at Crowbar every single weekend. So because of that, I knew that I had to get a fake ID and get my ass into Crowbar. By the time I made that happen, it had already been completely dead. So that was my story.
I think I was at the Crowbar one time when I'm losing his he's famous now. He's a famous DJ. I can't think of his name, but he was, I don't think it was a Crowbar, but it was another one of those famous Chicago
was it The Drink or
no,
Excalibur?
No. It might have been the Crowbar. Does the Crowbar have a basement?
Oh God. I don't think so, man. If it did, I was not sadly privy to it.
There's one that has a basement, and it was he's like the most famous DJ around. Well, maybe not anymore, but he was like in the early to mid 2000s, like after this, like in the mid to late 90s, and it's gonna pop in my head at some point in the show, and I'm just gonna spew it out. Just oh, this is the guy's name, but he was. So we were watching a show, and then we went down to the basement. It was like all fog filled, like the
Um,
fog
was it
machines.
Shelter? Could it have been Shelter, the club? That Shelter had a basement.
It could have been, yeah. And
Hmm.
he was down there like, mixing up shit, and we were just like,
Oh man.
nobody knew who he was, but then he ended up becoming like, and he was like, I mean, he wasn't on a stage. It was just like in a basement, fog
Sure,
all
sure.
around. He's right there. I can go up to his table and like pick up one of his albums and look at it. It was just like so intimate.
Is it the only? So I never got into dance music or house. I can appreciate it, but that was never what I guess turned me on music wise. But the only two names I know. So if there was anybody who would be a famous DJ that I would know, Paul Oakenfeld or Skrillex. Those are the only two names I know for DJs. Paul Oakenfeld was big in the 2000s, I think.
Moby.
Moby. Oh my gosh. Okay. You
Moby.
saw Moby. That's amazing.
I saw Moby when it was nobody.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Wow.
It was crazy cool.
My gosh, man.
It was
It
was the Metro. Thank you. It was the Metro.
Well, the Metro, was that more of a club back then, or was it just a concert hall, right? That's where I saw some of my favorite bands back in the day.
Yeah, but they had a secret basement, I think, that like they had like these like events going on, like for up and come, like Moby, like up and coming.
Oh man,
it was just
that was Chicago back in the day, man. Those were the times, I'll say.
I think I was tripping my balls off too, so it was extra fun. Close your ears, DJ. Oh man, but listen, Shriram, it is excellent. Last time that you were on the show, I wasn't here. I didn't get to like hang out with you, and I know it was a great show because I rewatched it, and I know everyone loved you. So it's a pleasure to have you back on with us again tonight. I'm sorry it's been so long. How have you been doing?
Oh, wonderfully, my friend. And first of all that you said is just like reflected right back at you. You randomly popped into my mind these past few days. All of you did, I just remember vividly how easy it was to actually speak to all of you, and I found myself wanting to listen to all of you. I normally just enjoy talking over everybody else all the time, so it was an absolute joy and pleasure. And I would have never thought that I would have randomly made like 3, 4, or 5 new buddies, which sadly I haven't spoken to in a year, but I didn't realize how easy that would be, even virtually. So I'm really touched that you guys remember me, and thank you so much for even inviting me on again. It means a lot. Appreciate it.
And the kind words are equally accepted and appreciated right back at you, man. We feel the
same.
Thank
you, sir. Thank you.
So I don't know where Foster is tonight, but Foster is Foster. He likes to fuck off once in a while. And
well, he was a man. He's like he's sainthood for life with me, because he's the reason I know all of you wonderful people. 100%. It was some random stupid Twitter comment that he saw me write in his feed, and then it just somehow that morphed into this. So funny how the universe works, man.
That was back when Foster was actually our media operations manager, and he was he was totally getting guests and doing a great job at it too. And then he's just gone through issues that have, he'll be back one day doing that, I'm sure. But is
he joining us tonight, or?
I hope so. He might.
You never know.
His coffin might have accidentally shut on him when he was laying down, and now he fell asleep. So who knows?
Shit.
You just never know. I'm just telling you, just never know.
All right. Well, if he doesn't show up, I'm going to give him a call and give him a hard time then at some point.
Please do.
Good.
So where should we start with this? Should we start with you, Peach? Like, how do you feel about this? I know exactly how I feel. Anyone that's going to go watch the members content that we just made, Carl and I before the show will kind of see where I'm coming from on this, but I have my own personal opinions about this season, and they're not at all. None of them are negative. So I'm just curious to know, Peach, what you thought about this game.
This last game or overall so far this season?
Well, I guess both.
Well, if I look at the predictions that everybody had for the Ravens game, no one had the Bears winning. Granted, I understand that Lamar Jackson did not play, but I'm also realizing we have to have growing pains. Everything's not going to be perfect. So, because it's not going to be perfect, I expect hiccups along the way. Uh, so, my overall thought is Chicago fans have issues with things not being perfect. So if something goes wrong, oh, it's the quarterback. Oh no, it's the GM. Oh no, it's the head coach. Rinse, wash, rinse, repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. I said this a few years ago. At some point, people are going to start turning on Caleb, and here we are. People turning on Caleb. Uh, it just happens. People expect things to be perfect. And I've always said, I don't think the quarterback has ever really been the issue. Build the team. We have an NFL where Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl. It's not the quarterback on whether or not you're successful or not. It's the team and how you go about it. And I think Ben Johnson is coaching this team the correct way. Are we going to have hiccups? Absolutely. Uh, Caleb's going to miss some balls. What quarterback doesn't? Um, it's all part of it. I just find it, I don't want to say, yeah, to me, it's kind of crazy that people
I agree.
want to turn
I agree.
on their team so quickly and they're expecting perfection. I don't expect it perfection. I don't. And can we improve? Absolutely. But I believe we'll get there. That's my long, short answer.
Before we get to Sriram, can we got Minister in here. Can we give him a good rundown here?
Minister Charles Johnson.
Johnson. What's up, my man? Thanks for joining us tonight. King Book of World also. Squeegee, thank you for joining us tonight. We love you guys and appreciate you guys and appreciate your support. Sriram, it's been a while since we've heard your Bears opinions. And I am just curious to know like what your rundown is. Like you're almost forced to summarize this up to this game. Like even Justin up to Caleb and now to this last game. Because there's a lot of people, in fact, everyone, 90% of the people, media, local, national media, fan base, just shitting on like Caleb, PJ was saying, one bad game. Like every quarterback has a bad game. So can you summarize it up until this previous game and let us know your thoughts?
Thank you. I agree with what PJ said. Firstly, specifically the growing pains aspect. I don't know yet. I haven't decided yet in my mind whether I throw out last season almost completely as a lost cause, except for physical reps that the key players and core players did get together. That's probably potentially the only valuable aspect from last year. That's my theory as of now. I might be speaking a little bit hyperbolically here when I say that there might have been more useful things that did occur. But considering we overhauled pretty much 90% of the coaching staff, which means 90% of the foundation of the team was overhauled. The philosophy of the team was overhauled. So this is game 8 of year 1, if you ask me. I don't look at it as game 8 of year 2. I don't know if the journalists are to be believed, the ones who wrote what could be construed as hit pieces against last year's team, coaching staff, whispers out of Caleb's mouth. There was one specific, I call it a hit piece, even though I don't like talking like that. It came out maybe a month ago about one journalist who apparently had ears inside to the coaching staffs where they all trashed Caleb. I don't know if you remember that one. It was about work. I don't know if it was about work ethic, but
Yeah, it came out right before the season started. Yeah.
Yes. If that is true, we'll just take it as at face value. Then Caleb didn't learn, I don't know that he necessarily fundamentally learned a grand total of jack shit last year. I don't know if he did. So everything that is happening now, and very specifically, if we use Caleb objectively and not with subjective name calling and making fun of him for his fingernails, his number one objective improvement that is going to take time, if you ask me, is footwork. And it starts from there with everything, if you ask me. I don't know if people were shitting on Caleb that he's now becoming inaccurate as a passer on the run. He's not hitting those running out to the sideline and hitting Odunze in a good place right at the sideline, things like that. If those things they've been talked about even in press conferences. I suspect that because Ben Johnson has broken him down to his core mechanically, and he's having to probably teach him things that his coaches in college may not have felt the need to teach him because he was doing so well with his natural gifts of navigating the pocket. And we saw all those ballerina type backpedalings at USC in the highlights that we saw. Even in the games where he shined, I saw very little in the pocket success plays, big plays compared to when he moved the pocket or the play broke down and he did it all himself. And common knowledge to me is what worked in college isn't going to work in the pros necessarily unless you run a pro style. So he's being taught from square one how to actually run a pro style offense. 8 games is a very, very small sample size for growth. I don't know if everyone understands that or respects that. And because we want results yesterday, because we saw Josh Allen's jump from year 1 to year 2, that's pretty much become like the running cliche for every quarterback who struggles in year 1. Well, look at Josh Allen. He struggled in year 1 and threw a bunch of interceptions. That is what I see. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, Drake May, yes, that too. Absolutely. So unfortunately, if not for them being benchmarks, I believe we may be a little bit more patient because the benchmarks before him were Jordan Love sitting for years, Mahomes sitting for a full year before he did anything. And if you look back, the patience that fans in general tended to have with Justin was a little bit more period of time compared to what we have here. Yes, the Heisman makes a difference. Yes, the number 1 overall pick makes a difference. But 22 years old is still 22 years old. And there's only so much information and technique you learn in life before you get to that place. It is difficult when we are watching a 3-hour game where all we do is emotionally react all the time. We don't actually think through and respond during the game. Even the next day, we're so pissed off. It is difficult for anyone to get perspective. Even me, I'm only talking like this because it's 4 days later. So I would love everyone to only focus on the actual positives and places that have grown because they do exist. They are there. But as TJ alluded to, the people who complain about which element it is, whether it's Poles being a crappy GM in their opinion, or the defense sucks, or we lost to Tyler Huntley for God's sakes. Those are all there. But in this year, focusing and making a conscious effort to actually look at what's the things that have gone well. There's a not insignificant number of things that are going well individually. And if you look at that individually, when teammates get together, combine on a play that worked out, those things are things that we have not seen as well in previous years like we are seeing now, if you ask me.
I don't even know where to expound on that response. Like everything you said was so eloquently said, and the dialogue that came out of your mouth was so perfect that it's hard to disagree with any of it. Like only thing I can do is expound upon that and just say, like, to what you were saying about Aaron Rodgers or Jordan Love with 3 years, and before him, Aaron Rodgers 3 years in the same offense.
Exactly.
like we don't have the luxury of either one of our last 3 quarterbacks that we drafted sitting behind a Hall of Famer for 3 years before he comes out and plays. And you've all watched the drills in training camp where they're all dropping back, step, planting, throwing the ball at the same time. Well, if you're watching a Hall of Fame quarterback doing that, a future Hall of Famer, you're following his motions down to a T. Right. And so you kind of even watch Jordan Love right now. He looks like he's trying to be Aaron Rodgers. Like it almost looks like he's not even trying to be. It's almost like he's emulated him through that process in those practices. Boom, 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 watching. And you're watching boom, 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 flick of the wrist. And you can see it in the games now. And as much as I thought he was going to just completely fall on his face and become a shithead, he just keeps pissing me off more and more and more because he just keeps then he beats his own mentor, like in the last game handedly. And we've never had that luxury. So to have any one of these 3 quarterbacks sit behind a previous Hall of Famer would have been really, really freaking nice. But no, we're forced to throw them into the game because we don't have that luxury. And if we can finally develop one of these guys, and my hope is Caleb, is that you get to that point where you can draft a quarterback where he's got, maybe 3 years left on the Bears, and then unfortunately he has to leave and go to the Jets. Yeah. and then we're plugging in the next guy who has learned from his Hall of Fameness, and it begins with patience because we've never had that. So we don't know how to deal with the growing pains of that. So the fan base overall in general is they just want to win now. It's like we just want immediate results. There's an iPhone generation now that has grown up with a fucking computer in their hand that want immediate results because they get it on their iPhone, and their parents don't pay attention to them as much as they used to. They're not outside playing and riding their bikes. They're like shut in their house playing video games and watching TV and shit because they're not allowed to go outside anymore. Like we were like not allowed to come in in the house until the lights went out. And that generation is like me, now, instant results. And that's the, in my belief, that's the generation that is pushing the narrative. Are you falling asleep, Peach, or are you coughing? Okay.
I'm coughing.
Okay, that's the generation. I thought he was like, "Oh, are you done?" That's the generation that's pushing this next narrative up to like the immediate results right now thing. And of all the things we've seen out of this quarterback, Caleb Williams, he has broken just about every quarterback rookie record for the Bears. Quite a few NFL ones along the way too. They some of them went hand in hand. And now he goes into his second year and he's still ascending. He is ascending. He is still breaking some records. And to I think the other record was how many wins he had in that amount of time. No rookie first round or number one pick had that many wins in that many games. So it's all just comes down to patience and enjoy it's like Michael Jordan was a bust until 1991. He went 6 years with getting his ass kicked by Detroit and other teams, and he finally had to get to Detroit before he could get his ass kicked by Detroit, and then he finally got past them, and then boom, he was Michael Jordan. He wasn't that same MJ that we all knew at that point. He was spectacular. He had all the talent in the world, but he wasn't. There was all the questions at that point, but at least it was 6 years later. Not a year and a half into his career. And so that's the difference from then to now. And for me, that's what just irritates me as a Caleb to me is, you don't know this, but Caleb to me is my GOAT quarterback, or not my GOAT, but my bucket list quarterback. He's a quarterback I've wanted my entire life. And maybe my patience level is a little bit lower. I'm allowing myself that patience to give him 3 years. He needs 3 years in the Ben Johnson offense. That's all I'm asking of anyone with the patience of this development of this quarterback. It's not going to happen overnight. I'm done. You want to say something, PJ?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. I'll keep going then.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to happen overnight. It's a process. It's a process we all have to enjoy, because there's going to be ups and downs, and there was ups and there was a down, and now that we're going to be coming back up. And I guarantee you, well, it's hard to say now with all of the injuries, which is the title of the show. Injuries are killing us. Bullshit penalties are killing us. They are killing us. And if you take away half of those bullshit penalties, he's got 4 more touchdowns, and maybe another win. So nobody remember that. That's the thing about, like, when you say nobody remembers at the end of the day that you won by 1 point, because you won the game, right? Like, when you lose the game, nobody's going to sit there. Nobody has the memory, especially like somebody who's not a Bears fan, to go, well, they lost the game because of 4 bullshit calls, like the one that they were reviewing last week with the they thought that Oz fumbled the ball, but he caught it because he got speared in the fucking head.
Yep.
They called Gordon the week before for something that wasn't even anything like that, and they're sitting there reviewing the play, not even talking about the helmet contact.
I remember Gordon caressed his helmet with his hand that previous week.
Gordon put his hand up to protect. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for sharing all that. You're as passionate, if not, I won't say if not more than me, because I will cry myself to sleep if I need to when we embarrass ourselves. But I remember what it was like when a team was just compiled together and happened to win not sustainably. I remember the 2001 season. If you remember, we were 13-3. The catalyst was when we lost our first few games. Like, we got killed. And if you remember, Mike Brown, God bless him, Mike Brown said publicly, "We suck," basically. From that moment on, I think it just happened to coincide with Urlacher being moved to middle linebacker. I might be having my dates off, or time frames off, but right in that same 2001 season, Urlacher got switched from weak side linebacker, I think, to middle, and then everything just took off from there, if we remember. And the games we won, like the Cleveland game, and then the 49ers game, the ones that Mike Brown won, walk off interception TDs. That season, if you look at how those games played out, though, yeah, we won, but we did not build a sustainable team, if you ask me. And with impatience and demanding results now, I suspect it would just be another one and done type of team where we have a hodgepodge of talent, no doubt talented people, but maybe more that are on the close to the tail end of their career. So we might get a 32-year-old defensive end who gets us 10 sacks the next 12 games, but he might not be around next year. Like, I think Robert Quinn might even be a most recent example of that. But there have been a few where by next year, once again, we have no pass rush, and or we bring in a veteran tackle or guard if, God forbid, anything happens to our guys. And they're 34, 35 years old. Or I remember, didn't we do that? We did that with Orlando Pace, if I'm not mistaken, one season when we were trying to we thought we were on the cusp or something, and he had one season with us, and nothing ended up happening. Unfortunately, what we're seeing, if you ask me, this is the first time in many years that some of our moves have actually seemed to be a little bit more shrewd and well thought out in the name of what these people can do for us 2-3 years from now, not just this coming year in terms of free agents. I don't mean the draft. I mean free agents specifically. Even our free agents are not like, aside from Byard from last year, I don't think we signed too many Byard and Grady Jarrett, maybe. The majority of even our free agent signings were seemingly on the younger side. So they were also brought in, like draft picks were, to grow and build, not necessarily win 13 games this season, which would be a pleasant surprise if it happens. But I don't know people who trash Ryan Poles, I don't know if they perceive the same thing I do, that we didn't draft and necessarily sign free agents to win outright this year. And any wins we get are a joy, as you said. I think you cut yourself off from saying enjoy this each moment, each good moment when it happens, and actually appreciate it and spend your week rewatching highlights and be happy about it, knowing that a humbling moment might come next Sunday where you might be in the dark again. I don't know if people are able to appreciate the 3 hours on Sunday by the time Monday rolls around anymore. Maybe it's possible they've already just forgotten it, to be honest. They've forgotten the emotion of it as well, and they can't even look back to it the same way. Sorry, my brother, you're muted. Can't hear you.
I was saying that's a great point, because like it even comes down to like some like me, like I refused, like I don't want to rewatch that game. I want to rewatch the good games, right? Like, and
Right.
but I should be rewatching the bad games, and especially on all 22 that I'm paying for, so I can actually look at what's going on, in these games that causes these issues, because it's not, it's not all on one person, really.
Hell no.
It's a team.
No. We all know a team loses unless a quarterback throws 9 interceptions and gets sacked 8 times. It's kind of sort of on him a little bit. If even that's debatable, like that Cleveland Browns game where Justin got murdered the entire 60 minutes. Aside from that, team always loses, man. And even if a team doesn't lose, the team takes responsibility for it, and every last man on the team says, "We effed this all up. We need to fix it." So yes, you are absolutely correct.
Thank you. Listen to that, PJ. I'm correct.
But I want to ask you, now that I know that you are an all 22 customer, what did you? I don't know if you watched this past weekend's film,
No,
and I know
I didn't, because it was a loss.
Oh, you didn't watch? Okay, right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
In the previous times that you've seen it, when you look at things that missed, when you look at plays that missed, what are you seeing as a pattern or trend that maybe we're not hearing in press conferences and from Dan Orlovsky or whoever? What are you seeing? I want to know what you think.
Oh, if I had to critique my own bucket list quarterback, I would say that there are a lot of missed plays. There was one that he ran out of bounds. He was running to his right a couple games ago. He ran out of bounds, but he had a wide open Swift running to the right sideline. He was wide open with on like the 8-yard line. All he had to do was just lob it over the guy he was running out of bounds from, and it would have been a touchdown, and things like that. I can critique it, but I also understand that we don't know what the coaching is. So you don't know what's being told and, pumped into his ears that he has to adhere to, because he's listening to because he respects and is listening to his head coach. And sometimes you overdo those things. Like you're so focused on not making a mistake that you make a mistake. I do it myself at my own job, so I can understand that. And that's why I'm not worried. I think that he's going to see that tape, and the next time he's gonna kind of like the one they called it. There was a penalty on the play, but it was a lob. He lobbed the ball way high in the air down the right sideline to Swift. That caught the ball in this last game for a total first down. He ran the ball down in the 10-yard line or something.
I remember.
And there was some kind of penalty on that shit. And it's just,
yes.
It was a bullshit penalty. And they're not, that's a whole different side story about penalties, but that was the kind of play that I think that maybe he saw on tape from previous weeks and just made it happen. And maybe it was even similar. Maybe it was the same play for all I know, because it kind of looked like it, but he wasn't scrambling to his right while it happened, but he noticed it. So this is why I'm optimistic that any of these issues that we're seeing are not week to week live and die situations. It's a process, right?
Yep. That's great. And here's my theory. I want to hear, I'm definitely curious what PJ thinks, given his his, we'll call it current background. For me, what I see, those plays you just alluded to, Shorty, if you look back to, let's just say 2 years ago, or even 4 years ago, when he made his first sub in to finish a game when he was, I think it was at Oklahoma or was it at USC? I don't remember where it was, where I don't know if he subbed in for Rattler or somebody else.
That's Oklahoma, yeah.
So all those throws you just mentioned that are missing now are the ones that he was, if you watch those highlights, all those things where they looked like prayers, but they weren't. Basically, it was him calculatingly on the run and throwing up accurate balls to receivers. Again, I will caveat this by saying this is college football, so a little bit different. But here's my theory, and I want to know what you guys think. Because he is now having his body mechanics, footwork, his head positioning, all almost redefined and redesigned and built up from scratch, like you're teaching a teenager football technique almost, because he didn't know what he was doing before. Do you think that has actually, during this, we'll call it progress and growth, it is kind of stunted his accuracy on the run because he is now exhibiting new mechanics from the ground up, and that will impact how he throws on the run compared to how he threw organically on the run because he didn't use technique before necessarily in college?
PJ, I'll let you expound on that.
Well, I think his mechanics is an issue, but more than anything, I think it's his preference. Too many times I find him looking for Rome. We have other guys open, and he still's looking for Rome. I get him and Rome are close. They have a relationship, but you have to spread that ball around. And I think therein lies where he gets in trouble. Now, Rome is dropping a great number of them. But when I look at the box scores and I'm seeing Rome with 10 targets and the next receiver at 6.
The next receiver who has $130 million contracts.
Yeah. And he's catching more percentages of his catches than what Rome is. And my thought is, if I'm throwing a Rome and you're not catching the ball, as much as I may like you, the analytics tells me maybe I shouldn't pass you the ball as much. Let me pass it to the guy who's actually catching the ball. So he needs to do more of that. I mean, even Burden's not getting a lot of targets. Of course, like we're mentioning, DJ's not getting a lot of targets. Loveland, he's getting some, but he's not getting a lot. But whenever he gets in trouble, seems like his default, let me look for Rome. Even Munungai coming out the backfield, he's not getting targets. It's like, take the guy who's open instead of trying to force feed Rome. And I think once he can broaden his horizon to where he can actually see, okay, let me look at others. And then he would have more production. But right now, he likes to throw the ball to Rome. And I think he's getting in trouble for it because Rome's not rewarding him by catching those balls. Because certain balls that I think is like, man, he forced that to Rome. But when you really look at the play, it hit Rome in the hand. And he's missing it. It's like, okay, although I don't like him throwing Rome the ball 10 times a game, but when he's throwing it to him, he's still hitting him in the hand, but the guy's not catching.
There's two things I want to add on top of that is I noticed that when he's scrambling, Rome seems to be doing a scramble drill with him, and he's like he ends up being the guy that's like running to his side to try to like get a pass. You know, he's like pretty much the only one running with him. So I'm not saying all the time, but I'm saying a majority of the time. There are other times where he may be forcing it over the middle and stuff like that. But a lot of these things I'm seeing that and not only you, PJ, but a lot of people have been saying this. I think that comes from the scramble drill. And then Rome is like, he's like actively he's aware that he has to become a part of that scramble drill and get open for him. And then when he throws the ball to him, he's like heavily covered. And then when he drops the ball, it's not really, I really can't remember a single drop in my mind where he threw the ball to him and he was wide open. And he just dropped it. Like the drops are coming from him being so covered that he gave it his best shot and just couldn't catch it. I don't know. I would love to know, if I was an analytical person and I could break all that down, what those numbers would be. Because if I had to guess, it would probably be at least 80% or more of those drops were based on a pass like that, where he was on a scramble drill, or at the very least, maybe he was targeted over the middle because he was looking for him, but the drop wasn't because he just dropped it. Like, it wasn't a flat out drop. It was like a drop because he was being covered and hit at the same time, or there was a hand in his face or something like that added to that. So I don't know. I wish I was I wish I had the analytics to find all that out, or the time, I should say, to find those analytics.
Here's my question: Does DJ drop those same contested catches, or does he catch those? I think even if let's say I don't know what the answer is to your question here, just because I myself don't know how many of those drops are contested catches in scramble drills, or just he ran his route, he got separation, and he caught maybe a tough ball, but a tough but catchable ball. That's what I don't know if you've noticed. They've said that in the color commentary more than a couple of times with him, that, hey, I know that's probably a tough throw low to the ground that he's had to outstretch, but that's a pro catch that you should try to make. That's how the color guys have framed that with Rome. That just could be because he's getting all the targets. But I saw Keenan Allen catch those same kinds of passes last season, and similar types of passes. My question is, should DJ actually have the ball not forced to him more, but should they make a concerted effort? Not because of his contract, but my opinion is that DJ is a dangerous man when he has 2 yards of space with which to operate when he has a ball in his hand. Actually, like a legitimate 2-yard radius to operate with. I see him break more tackles than most running backs, if you ask me. And breakaway speed, not just break more tackles and gain 6 yards. He could bust it, in my opinion. I could be off. I could maybe be seeing what I want to see, but that's what I wonder about DJ. So I don't have a grievance about him. It's more of a curiosity of, do we make a concerted effort to get him the ball in his hands in space more than we're doing, and no more HB draws to DJ? That I can say.
I think that, from what I could tell, DJ has always been pretty good with catching contested balls. And again, it hasn't worked with Rome. I mean, numerous times all year he's been trying to force feed Rome, and Rome has caught some, but not nearly as much as I think he should. So why not try to get the ball to DJ more? I think even in the play design, some play design is DJ's not until the fourth read. So they end up throwing the ball to Rome because he's either the first or the second read. How about having it designed to where DJ can be the first or the second read more often? So it's not just on Caleb on that aspect of it, but the reality is we do need to get the ball to DJ more. He just has to get the ball.
I was wondering if at one point, maybe in the a couple games ago, if this was all by design with Ben, because Ben is much smarter than all of us. Like he's not setting up plays for this game. He is, but he's setting up plays for future games. And so if he's my thought at the time was, if he's making Rome the number one target, or allowing him to throw to Rome more than DJ by design, then that's going to eventually, a couple games down the road, now we game plan this game for DJ. And I thought it was going to be the game, I think 2 games, I think it was a Raiders game, but then I think he got injured and but I think at that point he was, because I also thought the same thing about Roschon Johnson, and Roschon finally came in that game as well, but he hasn't. I've been wrong, I guess is what I should say. But I was hoping that would be the reason why we haven't seen DJ in the capacity that we would expect to see him, like exactly like what you're saying. Like he should be the number one option, and it should be by design. And then Rome should be the second option.
But I've seen plays where DJ and Rome will be open, and he would throw it to Rome. And I can't fault him necessarily for that until you look at the overall picture. Because if I'm throwing it to Rome again 10 times a game and I'm only throwing it to DJ 6, but out of the 10 times that I'm throwing it to Rome, he's only catching 5, but out of the 6 that I'm throwing to DJ, he's catching 4. DJ's catching at a higher percentage. So why am I not giving him the ball more? And seem like it's like he's limiting himself by only looking for Rome first. And therefore, is DJ now taking off some plays? Hey, I'm not going to get the ball, so why do I need to run 100% down the field? He's not looking at me.
Yes. I'm with you. I also am saddened by the fact that OZ, even though I like him, seems to be the number 2 in many plays.
Yes. Yes.
And I don't know if you want a possession receiver as your number 2 in your progressions. Not every single play, but 60 to 70% of their pass plays. There is a reason OZ is open 8 yards down the middle of the field, because he's as much of a safety valve as DeAndre out in the flat when things don't work out. But it seems to be safety valve at number 2, at like 2 in your wide receiver list.
Yes.
I wonder though, if some of this has to do with what looks like a misguided attempt to get DJ the ball in the backfield like they've been doing. And I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that. I had higher hopes for it. I wasn't against it when they decided, but I don't see it working out very well.
I was a fan of that, but I agree with you that it might not be.
Do you think his body is getting banged up from that, and he just simply is not there on the field enough during pass plays because he needs to catch his breath, for God's sakes?
Agreed. I agree.
Yeah, I think
I'm going to be right back.
When you place him in the backfield too much, you getting more wear and tear on him. And to your point, OZ, that he's getting these pass plays that I don't even see Komet getting or Loveland getting. It's like, why are we giving this guy who may not even be here next year all these passes instead of building with a rapport with the guys who will be here? What are we doing?
Correct. In that, at the same time, and this is where reflection helps me, because everything we said here, in my opinion, is true. However, the good moments that have happened, for example, one that sticks out to me, that building up that trust, that 4th down and 6 against the Redskins on that, or I think it was a 4th and 6, or a 3rd and 8, maybe one of those two, against the Redskins on that final drive where the majority of the plays were all running plays to DeAndre, which were magnificent. But there was one pass play, if you recall. It was just a simple curl route to Colston that converted either a 3rd down or a 4th down. I don't know if you remember. It was at the beginning of that the final drive against the Redskins. There's an 8-yard curl to Colston Loveland that was a crucial 4th, like either a 3rd or 4th down, and it kept the drive going. And that's what he started giving DeAndre Swift the ball, that final drive before we got in field position for Moody. I saw it happening there where he didn't go look for Zacchaeus, which we want to win a game. Of course, I don't care if Zacchaeus makes the catch. Amazing. I'm thrilled. But the fact that he went to Colston in a game where Cole was actually healthy and playing, he went to Colston on a 3rd and critical when there was a minute and a half left in the game. That showed me something. That showed me one step forward, if you ask me. When the heat is on, you trust maybe some of your unknown teammates, let's say, who haven't really played much, which up to that point, Colston had not really played too much and gotten too many attempts at him. But that being said, maybe when the game is not on the line, it's not 5 minutes left in the 4th quarter and you're a score away from tying or winning, perhaps that's when maybe he gets a bit too comfortable with, as you said, Rome, and then as we said, OZ, and ignores, like, I think maybe case in point, that last drive against the Ravens, where he threw what looked like a prayer to DJ that he caught with one hand, which was one of the most magnificent catches I've seen, minus Marty Booker against the Detroit Lions. I don't know if you remember that one-handed catch.
Oh yeah, behind the guy's back.
But that throw and how the hell he even got that ball off with any accuracy whatsoever off his back foot while he was being slaughtered by the defensive ends, that throw is magnificent. I am guessing he didn't overthink that play and just went with what got him here in the first place, which is probably fairly good instinct. I don't know. My worry is that while you are redefining someone's foundation, do you kill off some of their instinct that really helped make them potentially great to begin with? That's the other thing that I hope Ben Johnson he's a sharp guy, so I'm guessing he's probably thinking about that as well. But at the same time, he knows he's got to teach the guy like NFL quarterback position.
Yeah, I think Caleb has demonstrated throughout his college career that he plays pretty good off scripted. Playing on script is more of a problem for him.
Right.
In Ben's offense, the reality is he needs his quarterback to play on script. So when I'm wondering, is it a concerted effort? I actually question myself watching the game. I'm like, is he's being told get the ball to Rome? If not Rome, then get it to Loveland, because these are the guys who's going to be here long term. Develop that rapport. I'm wondering that because I'm like, as good as DJ has played throughout his entire NFL career,
right?
How is he not your number one automatically? It's like this guy has caught some incredible passes, and he has the ability with great run after the catch. Hands are impeccable. How is he not getting the ball thrown to him at least 8 to 10 times a game? It just boggles my mind, and I ain't gonna lie to you. Every time I see him in the backfield, I cringe because I'm like, all you need to do is have one of those big 300-pound defensive tackles land on his leg, and he can be out. Now, granted, that can happen to anybody, but most wide receivers don't have to worry about that 300-pound defensive tackle trying to come and tackle. So, yeah, I hate him being in the backfield as much as he is.
Yes.
Get him the ball downfield and stop throwing him these little 5-yard screen passes and all these other. Get him the ball down. He's shown he has good hands. I like to see him on a slant. Give me a slant with him. Man, let me see him with a go besides the one-hander when they just got last week. Give me more of those. I mean, why are we not getting him the ball in a position he can actually do something with it?
Yep. Everything you just mentioned, man. I'm getting flashbacks because number one, this is my statement about DJ Moore. He has made almost every single quarterback who's ever thrown him the ball look really, really, really good. Probably better than they actually are. He did it in Carolina, as we know. He made PJ Walker look like he was born with a cannon, for God's sakes. And Justin, I'll never forget that Commanders game. 230 receiving yards. How in God's name can you just think of that as a memory that should not be nurtured and actually fed the next game? If you ask me, if he made, remember this was a dominant Commanders defensive line that year. That was Sweat, Chase Young, and then their two tackles. Their names are escaping me, but they were upper half of the league in terms of good.
Yes.
And Justin and DJ, that connection, that game, it was all go route. It was all go routes and outs and slants, and it was art. It was art to watch. And that was the last time I've seen that really happen with DJ, aside from the Falcons game, Justin's like next to last game. That I saw a little bit of that, but it's been few and far between. And I don't think it's because DJ isn't getting separation and getting open. If I saw correctly, he is on the upper tier of separation rates, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yeah.
it's all there to be had, man.
Yeah, I just it boggles my mind, man. It does. It does. It's just, and it becomes frustrating because it's like,
Yes.
it to me, it's kind of stunning Caleb's growth if you're trying to force feed Rome.
Right.
Bruh, you can be so much better if you spread that ball around. Now the defense don't know who to key in on because they can start keying on Rome, and it's like, okay, let's shift our protection or our coverage towards Rome. And yeah, if DJ's obviously open, we can try to throw it, get him the ball. But if it's like, where's the trust? Whereas
Right.
when he had with Justin, it's like, even when somebody was on him, he was still open.
Yes.
Justin to throw in the ball and he still would make the catch.
Justin
I'm
would throw
not,
it over his head and he would like jump to the moon to grab it and come down with it.
man. I still
And
have those visions of when he threw that touchdown pass to Justin, that is, to DJ in the end zone against Detroit. On that,
oh yes. That
and it
was
was
the play when they had that oh god, Dan Feeney had to sub in for center that game, if you remember.
right. So why
And
why why can't Caleb throwing the ball like that? I mean, seemed like I've never seen Caleb throwing DJ a ball like that. It's like
he did it
always
last
he's
year against Carolina, if you remember, man. He did it what I saw it once
yes,
last year against Carolina.
yes, one time, and it's
Right.
like, why are we always just throwing them 5 yard passes
The
or
wide
something?
receiver screens, ever since Gary Croton brought them to Chicago, they've been the death of me. That's all I can say.
Like, please,
When we saw them in 2001, it was amazing. Oh, this is what Brigham Young does all the time. I was very pleased because they made Shane Matthews look really, really good, and we had some good run after the catch receivers momentarily, like Marcus Robinson, guys like that. But I think that the jig is up with wide receiver screens unless you have Jameson Williams or somebody like that who can break it every time he touches it.
yes.
Pulling
Um,
Gary Croton out of your ass was just a thing of beauty there, Sharam.
Absolutely, man. Man, you're talking to a person who actually believed in Cade McNown for a hot second because I saw the chemistry he had with Marcus Robinson. And I realized it wasn't chemistry. It was just that Marcus Robinson was really, really like he was ahead of his time, if you ask me, for we'll call it jump ball receivers who could just burn everybody and they
Yeah.
could their vertical was just too much. Caleb Williams could throw it in a 5 yard 3D spherical radius of Marcus Robinson, and Robinson would go off for 3 touchdowns a game. And Cade McNown's stat line would be like Pro Bowl level for every game that he actually threw to Marcus Robinson. So yes, I have Gary Croton
And now you're
syndrome.
pulling
We'll call.
Cade McNown out of your ass too. I love it. Like I was all about Cade McNown back in the day too because it was a draft pick, right? It was like the 10th pick in the draft for us. And
Yes.
by the way, I apologize to all lefties. I just cannot stand left-handed quarterbacks. I love left-handed pitchers, but left-handed golfers that does nothing for left-handed quarterbacks. Just make me feel like I'm thinking backwards, and just watching them throw the ball just throws me off. But I'm surprised maybe I have PTSD from Cade McNown because of that. I don't know.
The reason I don't have PTSD, 2 words, Jim Miller, because once he came in, I don't know if you remember, there was a game against the Vikings. Right before, I'm going to give you all flashbacks here. He got, I think, either suspended or fined for performance enhancing drugs. Jim Miller, for God's sakes. The day before that happened, he threw for 422 yards against the Vikings. And I think either McNown was hurt or benched, one of those two.
But he wasn't a lefty. He wasn't a lefty.
Correct. The reason that I don't think I had permanent PTSD from Cade McNown is because that experiment ended pretty quickly until, of course, the playoffs when Steve Smith absolutely murdered our entire team single-handedly, if you remember.
Oh, I remember it vaguely. I was at a Buffalo Wild Wings just screaming at everyone. No, my PTSD I was talking about was coming from left-handed quarterbacks because of Cade McNown.
Oh, so you like, so you never, I'm actually with you. I don't know how I've felt about left-handed quarterbacks in general. I mean, Boomer Esiason was the only one, I guess I could say that I really, really, really liked. I
Steve
thought,
Young for me.
oh yeah, but you know what? My PTSD for Steve Young is every scramble that he had against us. He seemed to always get 50-yard scrambles and single-handedly win games himself. I didn't really see him throw the ball too much against us, even though I'm sure he did. My PTSD is him running like
Yeah.
literally into our goddamn mouths, man. That's how angry Steve Young made me. But but left-handed quarterbacks in general, maybe I I thought that Tua, up until I guess a year and a half ago, could have been the next good one.
I agree.
What do you think happened to him on a sidebar? What do you think it is with him? Do you think it was
concussions? I mean, he's the only one since Steve Young that made me not look at the left-handed quarterback like it made me feel weird because he just had zip on his ball. It came out and he had a quick release like Steve Young, and it didn't look like it was awkward. You know, like most left-handed quarterbacks, like Leinart and the Browns quarterback who we hopefully play.
Gabriel. Oh man,
just make me like, yeah, you're making me like uncomfortable right now. Like I feel like I'm being squeezed into a box. You know, like it's just weird. Nothing against lefties. I apologize.
No, switch hitting baseball players are amazing. When you see a majestic left-handed home run, there's nothing like it, man. Like I guess Kyle Schwarber spoiled me with lefty home run hitters.
And now we have the National League has the designated hitter, and we're like, fuck, and he's like one of the best players in the league. We could have had him still.
Yes, absolutely, man. And you never know, man. This off season will be very interesting for baseball. I will say I think he's a free agent. He hasn't actually. No one's actually done anything yet with him. If I understand correctly.
Let's bring him back.
I'm with it, man. Unfortunately, it's.
I was gonna say we're 7 minutes over.
Yes, I really don't want to leave. This is like you literally can't wipe the smile off my face right now. Just hanging out with the both of you.
This is not a long goodbye. All right, you can come back next week.
If you'll have me, if you both will have me, and who all will have me, I will be honored to.
Well, apparently Foster keeps fucking us off because this is the second week in a row. So we'd love to have you.
Thank you. I'm in. Count me in. Barring any emergencies, I'm all yours, and I'm looking forward to more of my propaganda that I will put on you guys.
And that's not propaganda. If for any reason anything comes up next week, it's the week after that. You have a VIP pass to join us whenever you want. I'm so sorry that we have not brought you on more because you are fucking awesome. You're an amazing guest. Everyone has said it in chat. Like just an honor to have you. So thank you for joining us tonight. You
all are so sweet, and I thank you both for your time. Thank you for having me on, Shorty. Really appreciate it, man.
Let's give you your outro.
We talking about, we talking to. It's been a long time, baby.
I gotta stand up for this shit. I gotta stand up for your outro.
Yo, it was a pleasure. The last time that you joined us on the show, yo. Our good friend Sriram, we want to thank you for joining us once again. But we gotta know, you down with BCP? I know you are.
Don't make me go and reopen the crowbar, man. It's gonna happen.
Sriram, man, excellent guest. Thank you for joining us tonight. We love you. We appreciate you. It means the world that you reached out to us again. And I feel like an asshole for not reaching out to you before that.
No, don't be stupid. You'll have like a billion things going on. So I appreciate being remembered, man. And I'm looking forward to next week. Thank you both so much, man.
Absolutely.
Seriously.
We'll talk and we'll
have a good night.
See you next week, my friend.
Thank you, gentlemen. Take care. Good night.
You too. Bye-bye. What a great guest.
Yes.
I don't even know what to do with myself right now, other than just this.
We talking about, we talking to. It's been a long time, baby. Yo, it was a pleasure. The last time that you joined us on the show, yo. Yo, Shri Ram. Our good friend Shri Ram, we want to thank you for joining us once again. But we
You know how long it took me to get AI to make that, to say his name correctly? It's like my 15th try.
I'm just saying. That's tough.
Well, my dance, you're struggling with how much you love my dance, huh?
Oh, I'm struggling. I'm struggling. I give you that. I'm struggling, brother. I'm struggling. I'm struggling.
You know, we're like BCP panel members are like dropping like flies. We lost you for a bunch of weeks, and then we lost Carl for a bunch of weeks, and you at the same time. Then we lost Foster, and as soon as we lost Foster, you came back, and
I'll be gone next week.
You made it all right again. Oh, now you're looking at so tomorrow or next week it'll just be me and Sri Ram. Next thing you know, it'll just be me and Sri Ram.
Nah.
Like, hey, you want to be my new co-host?
Hey, our season's coming to an end here pretty soon, so I'll be back. We're on a bye this week, so
You're not making the playoffs, though, right? Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. The side of me that is what's the word I'm looking for? The side of the side of me that is happy that you didn't make the playoffs. What is that called? Because now we get to have more of you. Because if you made the playoffs, then that's like another. I mean, we could be like another month without you. But I guess I wish you would have made the playoffs, so we could have missed you for another month. But we're happy to have you back whenever you do come back.
Okay, bro. I mean, hey, I look at it like life is about a learning experience. You're gonna have your challenges along the way. The trick for me is learning to thank God in the midst of my challenges.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you've taught me a lot about that too. And even though I'm not religious, I bind to you on that philosophy. So because I love you, and
I appreciate that, bro. I love you too.
I appreciate
and
that.
No, we're not going to get it wrong.
Damn it! I was hoping we could. No. Well, you're not getting that rookie card. Oh man, we got a bunch of newbies in chat hopping in. Listen, there's a lot of you that we might know who you are, but for some reason you can see all the names are changed, and I can't figure out how to change that. So, well, I know
it's crazy, man. That's crazy.
We know Romy. That's Jeremy.
Right.
We know Tony Moy. That's Tony Moy.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Jason UK Bears stays the same, which is pretty nice. I'd have been really fucked up if we didn't know who Jason UK Bears was, because he has a show.
Apologize to the chat. I do apologize because I don't recognize your true name or your, I guess, internet name, maybe.
Your YouTube handle name, yeah.
Yeah, so some of the guys, I'm not recognizing. I mean, I just Tecolote?
Tecolote, that's Armando Lerner Jr.
Yeah. I mean, I have problems with that one still. So guys, I apologize, man. I don't know how our system is up like this, but it's giving us your YouTube name as opposed to the name you want.
I wonder if it's because we're using StreamYard to broadcast to YouTube, because I don't know if by the way, I should play his our promo for him before I talk about it.
Hey, it's your boy, the Superback, Sean Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning at 9 p.m. Eastern or Central Time, 10 p.m. Eastern, Sean Sierra Sports Zone Chicago. My favorite. Check them out. Rick Gonzalez, Armando, Patty, Jason UK Bears is in there. A lot of people have been coming into that chat. We need to support him because it is the best morning Chicago sports podcast out there. It's the only one, too. So please check him out. But Armando.
Tecolote?
Armando is not Tecolote in his chat, and I wonder if it's because he doesn't use StreamYard. So I'm wondering if StreamYard.
Haven't we always used StreamYard?
Yes, but I wonder if because everyone has the same name in Chicago Sports Zone Chicago's podcast in the chat, it's all the same as normal. I'm wondering if it's because he doesn't broadcast through StreamYard. So I'm wondering if.
But haven't we always done it?
Yes, so I'm wondering if now YouTube is saying if you're broadcasting through StreamYard and not directly through YouTube, we're going to give you the real handles. Because I cannot. While you guys were talking, I was trying to find anything in the settings that had anything to do with the how the names are broadcast in chat, and I can't find it. So it just now we just have to sit here and read. So El Joe Nino, have you been here before, or who are you formerly known as?
Hey, I wonder, is it your YouTube name or is it your email address?
Yeah,
your email name.
That's a good question. Is that your
because
guy?
I know, like when I signed up.
No, that's not Cliff Victoria's email name. I know that.
Okay, all right, because I know, like when I first signed up with the PJ,
it's also not Jason's email name.
They gave me a number afterwards. They assigned me a number afterwards for whenever I use it, and that'd be the thing that pops up for me. It'd be like some number, some random number, or it's not random because it's always the same number, but they give me a number. But
El Joe Nino, is that your actual handle that you see in Nomad's chat? And by the way, just so you know, here's like a little secret that nobody knows. Nomad started off on this channel. He was my first co-host before he made his own channel, just so you guys know. Anyone that doesn't know that, you know now. Keds the Canuck, Triple R, Samo, all started off on here. All went to Nomad's channel. I'm glad to see that he's doing well. Happy for Nomad. Just so you guys know. Like, he started off here. Like he was my first co-host, my friends. Which is kind of cool to see.
I thought Cliff was.
No, Nomad was my first actual co-host. I had guests on before him and after, but he was my first actual co-host.
Oh, okay, I thought it was Cliff. How about?
Yeah. So El Joe Nino, is that your name normally? Like, do you see it that way in Nomads, or are you like a formerly of another name that we would know? You know, like for example, Tecolote. Tecolote 8566 NT normally shows up as Armando Lera Jr. And Charles Johnson usually shows up as Minister Charles Johnson. Minister Charles Johnson. And about 2 weeks ago was when everything switched over. And it's just, I've only noticed it on our channel. I haven't seen it on the bar room. So maybe there is a setting I'm missing. I have to deep dive into it.
The deep dive
into it.
The deep dive.
Oh, so he's saying Nomad is having the same issue with usernames. Well, maybe it's just a setting. Minister. By the way, Peach, Minister and I became friends this week. We've shared numbers. You sent me a picture of him before and after his teeth.
How's it going for him?
What a handsome fella.
Yes, he is.
No, we're gonna talk this weekend, and we're gonna figure out a way that we can help Minister get the dentures that he needs, man, because he's a really, really sweet man, and I want to help good people, and as much as I can. This platform is minuscule compared to most, but any little bit that we can do to help him, I promise you. I've said that before. So we're gonna talk this weekend and come up with a plan, and we'll stay tuned for that. Like anyone that can help a little bit, even if it's only makes up for half of what he needs for his new teeth. I'm sure Cliff Aldo will, when he sees it, he will graciously donate. Aldo is fucking amazing. So
ask Aldo about the username thing.
yeah, oh yeah, I will ask him about that. By the way, since we're talking about Aldo, I know I played this on the British Bear show, but I'm not sure how many people saw this because it was only like 100 views or something, but I just wanted so Aldo Gandia from the Barroom Network is the whole reason why this show exists and so many others. And this is, I wanted to do something special for him as a friend. I love him like a father, like a pod father. He is our pod father. And it just made me come up with this song. And I thought I need to put this to a video so I can like truly show my appreciation for him. And by the way, he's not dead, because when I posted this, everyone was like, "Oh my God, Aldo, we miss you." I'm like, no. This is a tribute to Aldo. It's a living tribute. This is a tribute to Aldo Gandia, who is currently alive and doing as well as he ever has on the Barroom.
Currently alive.
And we love him. And this is just something that I thought up that I wanted to do for years, especially after going to the first. So most of this footage in this video I'm about to play for you was from Caleb Williams' first game, and I bought 2 tickets to that game. I gave one of them to Foster, and I gave the other one to Aldo. And then Aldo was so generous after that. He just bought us all dinner, and he was amazing. And I just thought, I took some videos of it, and I thought I want to do something for this in the future for him. So let's just take a second, because I've been meaning to play this on this show because I love Aldo, and I just want to respect him with all the love I can. And this is it.
Over 10 years now, and hundreds of shows. He's made a few stars, but nobody knows. Grinding out the content, covers every game. He owns the barroom, you all know his name. He is the pod father, the voice of the gang. He is our pod father, yeah, he's made a few names. Humble as hell, generous too. He's got hundreds of friends, some old and some new. A true inspiration, the skills to prevail. He gives us his platform and won't let us fail. He is the pod father, his own claim to fame. He is our pod father, you all know his name. It's been over 10 years now, no flaws in his game. He's brushing his shoulders with all the big names. He is the pod father, his own claim to fame. He is our pod father. We gave him his name. Pod father.
Please
Pod father.
tell me, are we going the right direction?
We're going the wrong way.
That is so morbid. I'm serious. That watching that is so morbid.
Really?
It
Like
really is, man.
Like you're looking at it like he's gone?
Yeah.
Why?
It gives me the vibes like he done passed. It's
Why?
like, bro, I'm looking at that going, dang. It is so morbid, man. I'm kidding you not. I'm looking at that going, wow. How do I feel about this?
It's an open tribute to him. It's just showing my love.
It's morbid, bro.
Do you guys think it's okay? I have to now I have to make a poll.
You got to make a poll. Yeah,
I got to make a poll of this because I don't believe you.
Ed is so morbid looking at that. I'm like, dang.
I don't believe you.
Do I need to send him a text right now? I mean, man.
I don't believe you. I gotta make a poll. Here we go.
And I'm not voting in the poll, by the way.
Okay. Hopefully I spelled morbid correctly. Okay. There we go. Let's start a poll. Let's get the answer from our chat. Does that seem like I like he's gone and I'm like I'm trying to like tribute him while he's gone? Like I literally in my mind it was like I was just trying to like show him my love. And so if the chat poll says it was morbid, I'll take it down right now. Because when I sent it to Aldo and he didn't respond for like 2 days.
Man.
And then I said something. He's like, I said, are you okay with that? Or should I take it down? He's like, no, it's an honor. I really appreciate it. So I would love to know what you guys think. We got 6 votes. I'm going to vote. I'm not. No, you should vote.
No.
Add to it.
No.
No, because your vote counts.
No. It's based on what I feel, so I shouldn't vote.
I love the chat right now. Okay, let's go back. Where was it? I remember. Why can't I pull this up? There we go. I remember when Aldo's camera, when Aldo caught you on camera in his bushes. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I pissed in his bushes. I had no choice. I was pissing on myself. I'm defending myself. To my own defense, Foster and I left. We got into his car. I'm like, oh my god, I have to piss. I ran back to his house. I tried to open the door. It was locked. At that point, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna start pissing. In fact, I did start pissing on myself. So I just went to his bushes. I had to. And now I'm known for that. And it's a hilarious joke. So I'm happy to own it. Where are we at here? Rome, Jeremy, no, the whole thing about that video was he literally bought every single candy bar from that kid's box. And then we come to find out, if you go to Jewel, Osco, they sell those candy bars for $1 a piece. So that family, that kid's dad, was being ingenuitive enough to go and buy 50 or 100 or 200 $1 candy bars and sell them for $5 a piece and make some money for his family. And Aldo bought the entire box from that kid. And that was kind of like what that video was showing, was just how generous as hell as he was, per the lyrics in the song. I did take a number 1 in Aldo's bushes, Pete Jones. I wish I knew who the hell you were, because your names are all different. This is so weird. I don't even know who I'm talking to. Cornholio Beavis, why are you blocked? You're not blocked. Somebody block him?
Unless he goes by a different name.
Let's go and see who's blocked in our community here.
But that would only say, well, he's obviously not blocked if he can pull it up.
That's true. I don't know why it would say he's blocked. We see your comments, Cornholio. Right here. I don't see my comments. Try logging out and logging back in or something. I don't know. That's weird. We've seen your comments the entire show. What's up, Laz? Thanks for joining us tonight. Pete, yeah. I really wish I knew who you were, because you definitely know who I am.
So, what is the poll saying so far?
11 votes. Let's see. 55% says yes. We have 20 people watching and 11 votes. Everyone vote on this. We need all 20 votes on this poll to see if it was morbid that I made in my mind, a heartfelt video for Aldo.
Now, Patty says she can't see the comments on her feed.
All right. Well, now what's going on here? Can anyone else having this problem where you can't see your comments? Just curious. And everyone, can you hear me? Post
Can can you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Can you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? Do you see your comments? I can't. If I sat here and tried to figure out why this is happening, it would just be Wendell's just end the show. So we've got I voted. He says Zach says I voted no. It's a bit kiss ass, but not morbid.
Man.
I don't think. Well, I appreciate your opinion on that.
Charles Johnson said that he had to log out and log back in to see his comments.
Do you see your comments now? John 313, John S. says, "What's up with these names?" I agree. That's weird, man. Armando saying, "Patty's drinking because she can't believe she married me." Scroll says everything seems fine to me. Minister Charles Johnson says everything. He says yes. Cliff says Shorty bows his head and tears start. I ask, "What's wrong?" Right then, a guy walks in, look at Shorty, and says, "Hey, bush pisser."
Dang.
Yeah. Hey, those are my Cliff. I know one thing. Those are my bushes.
Hey.
I claimed them.
Armando and Patty, happy anniversary of 29 years come tomorrow. 29 years.
Whoa.
Man, a blessing. Congratulations. And may you have many, many more happy and healthy ones.
29 more until you guys are both changing each other's diapers. That'd be amazing.
To get to that part.
Well, what does that mean? That only one's changing the other one's diapers?
That they will stay functioning throughout the rest of their life, that they don't have to change each other's diapers.
Clarence Teller says, "I didn't know Patty was your wife, Mr. Shorty." No. Patty is Armando's. He's Tecolote's wife, not my wife. My wife used to produce this show when it first started, but she was like, "Are you kidding me? I'm not doing this every week anymore." Then I had to go find these guys to help me out. And I was lucky enough to do that.
He said we were buried in Rose Hill Cemetery.
What? Yeah, get out of here, man. What? You were married in a cemetery?
They did get married on Halloween. Now that I think about it, tomorrow is Halloween.
Yeah. So were you like dressed in Halloween costumes and stuff? That'd be cool if you were.
That'd be different. In costume, yep.
So what
was the costume? I'm just curious now. You just got to be bought in. What was the costumes?
Just curious. Can you see your comments now, Patty? I mean, you can see that we can see them. We posted on the show here.
Everyone was in costume. What was yours and Armando's costume?
I'm curious to know that. Like, what were you wearing? Yeah, good question. Were you bit by Foster? Clarence Teller, we have this problem with everyone having new names on here. Or like, what is your normal handle? Like, obviously you've been in chat before, like, as a different name.
Right.
Just curious to know, like, who we would know you as. Like, some of these are hard to tell. You know, I was calling Armando Tecolote for like 2 shows and didn't know I was talking to Armando.
Man.
Until I saw that 66 right here, the Fighting Irish, or the green 66 Tasmanian Devil. That's when I knew it was
werewolf, and Patty was a corpse bride.
Nice.
Sweet.
Butthead was the best man, and Cleopatra was the maid of honor. Nice. So Clarence says his handle is the same. So have you been in chat before, Clarence? I apologize if I don't remember that your name before, but thank you for joining us tonight. Patty says, died bride and werewolf. Or Dead Bride and Werewolf. Yeah. Oh man, you guys are awesome, man. I really apologize for what's going on with your names and not understanding who is who, but it's just I'll have to figure. I'll have to dig deep into the settings of YouTube. It's probably hidden somewhere in here that we don't know how this happened, but I'm sure there was a change that happened that made
Clarence
this.
Teller says, I listen, but I never speak.
Well, Clarence, we want to thank you for speaking tonight. It's an honor to have you in our chat and giving your voice and talking with us. We really appreciate it, as we appreciate all of you, man. Zach's asking, was Beavis a groomsman too? Oh, Patty's saying he played the music for us. Nice. Was it like did it start with that? Was it like I'm trying to think of a song like start that with I can't think of a song right now. But did every song start with and end with
Somebody say butthead?
Did someone say butthead?
Yeah.
I was there. I'm Beavis. Fire, fire, fire. Yeah. Armando says, give the show more character guessing who is who. I guess you're right in a way. It certainly puts us on our toes, right? Trying to figure this out.
Man, got me confused.
Yeah. So, Peach.
Sorry. Yes.
How are we feeling about this week?
I don't think I'm going
And
to.
and that's the show. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Have a great night.
Yeah.
If only I was Carl and I could just play the closers.
Just
There
don't.
we
No, I'm not going trick or treating. So
You should, and you should come to my house
and pee in your bushes.
and piss it, dude. I have so much land. You could piss in any one of my bushes, and nobody would see it.
But you got snakes too, though.
And in fact, if you tried to piss in my house, I would tell you to piss in my bushes.
But bro, you got snakes.
It's getting cold. They start to go away now when it's getting cold.
Oh well, since you put it that way, well,
yeah, like that's the thing. Like Aldo lives in like a Arlington Heights subdivision. I live in a South Atlanta, Georgia subdivision on an acre and a half. Like nobody can even see you pissing in my bushes. And in fact, I would say, well, if you don't want to use the bathroom, you can just go piss in the bushes. I would encourage it. It's more fun. Listen, guys, can we all admit that pissing in bushes is better than pissing in a toilet? Can we agree on that?
Well, you know, speaking of morbid, I'm going to be morbid here for a minute.
My bushes and tell me it's raining.
I'm going to be morbid here for a minute. Tomorrow marks 8 years that my father passed away.
Oh.
And tomorrow I get to bury my godfather, my pastor, like I told you, the only other man who I would even consider calling a man father. So Halloween is always, well, lately for the last 8 years, been different. Yeah. I've never been one to really celebrate Halloween. Just because of my religion, and we don't get off into Halloween things, but I'm looking at it really differently this year, and I don't know how to describe it based on remembering when my father died on Halloween and the events of that day, because I was actually at work when he died, and then now having to bury my godfather, I guess, for the lack of a better term, on Halloween. It's like different.
Maybe that's why you feel that tribute to Aldo was morbid, because it was
Maybe.
he
Maybe.
is the Podfather instead of the
Yeah.
Godfather.
No, that ain't it. Now
No?
you lost me.
Oh,
But
sorry.
the fact that you was
Godfather,
like celebrating him like he passed, I guess that's kind of what reminded me of that.
yeah. First off, I want to just again say I prayers for your loss.
Well,
And
thank you, brother. Appreciate that.
so can I ask you a question? Is he buried in a coffin or is he cremated?
Buried in a coffin. He's yeah, his actual funeral is going to be Saturday morning, but the first visitation, because he is such a popular guy in my community. They had a newspaper article on him. Oh man, he's just a very popular guy. He's just a very popular guy. So he's going to have a visitation tomorrow night, then Saturday morning a visitation, and a funeral Saturday morning. He's a very very popular guy.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be
Has a street named after him, as a matter of fact.
it sounds like it'll be a big celebration of life then.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Mayhem says, I'm sorry. We got a lot of people in here saying
I appreciate your condolences, guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
RIP to your godfather, PJ. Mr. Mayhem saying, I'm sorry, PJ. Yeah, it's rough losing a loved one and a mentor, and
Yeah, he was a good guy. He really was.
because you no longer have that to kind of fall back on for your own, guidance in life,
True,
So-
but God blessed me with brothers.
Yeah.
And when I say God blessed me with brothers, he blessed me with 8 of them. So I'm blessed to
Hey, he also blessed you with us as your brothers too.
I appreciate that, bro. And that's the thing. It's like, when you have people in your life who pass, you remember the good times and the lessons that you learn from them, but you also look at the other people you have in your life who fill certain voids. And each and every one of you have a part to play in another person's life. And I try to get in touch with the parts I play in people's life. I have a saying that says, "You are only the star in your own movie. In everybody else's movie, you're just a supporting actor. So you have to know your role."
Yeah, that's a great phrase to use in life. It's true, because you are the center of your own world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You're the star in your own movie.
It's sometimes some people can take that to a level of self-righteousness, right? And then they become like they're preaching all their own righteousness to others. And some people they take that to the level of just knowing that their place is knowing that the world only does revolve around them, and without them the world wouldn't even revolve, because they wouldn't be there to have it revolve around them. And they accept that and appreciate it. Some other people take it to the next level, and they want to be self-righteous in their thoughts. And I think that's the problem we have in this world today.
Yeah, I think too many times, I think we get wrapped up in our own feelings that we don't get a chance to really think about other people feelings. And I'm really trying to work on doing a better job of being cognizant of other people's feelings, because again, I know the world doesn't revolve around me, so I want to be thoughtful enough of others, because like I said, with this my pastor, he has one biological son living left, because he already had 2 that passed, which I always find hard when a parent has to bury their child. So I'm reaching out, to him, who I call one of my brothers, because him and I grew up together in the whole nine. And regardless of what I may be feeling, that was his biological father. So you have to be thoughtful of what he's going through. And because his father was so popular, and the needs being met and the things being drawn upon you to do. It's I can imagine what he's going through. And that's why I just reach out to him and go, hey man, if there's anything I can do to help lighten your burden, because people are drawing upon him, because again, his father was such a popular and influential person that so many people drew upon him to want things, need things of him.
And you start off by saying, you lost your dad 8 years ago.
Yes.
I lost my dad in 2011, so that's 14 years ago.
Yeah.
When I'm 50 and you're, 762.
That's Foster. That's Foster.
Sorry, wrong guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in my 60s, but hey. That's Foster with the 2,000 years old.
You just hit your 60s, so you're like basically 10 years older than me, and I lost my dad 14 years ago, and you lost your dad 8, and that's a blessing though for you to have gone that long with your father. And
yeah, I think that.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you, but did you feel like even at that age that was older than me? I lost my dad when I was 35.
Mm-hmm.
That day is when I became a man, because I no longer had him to help me. I no longer had him to call for all those questions I needed answers to, to help me as a man to become more of a man. And when I lost him at 35, like I feel like at 34 I was a boy, and at 35 I became a man. So I'm wondering if that effect is the same for you when you were like in your your
50s.
your mid 50s when you lost your dad.
I think
early 50s.
It was difficult, and it made me feel, because my mom died a year before, and my parents were together for close to 70 years. They were married for 66 years. So when my mom died, my father started going through like dementia, and
You okay, bro?
yeah,
And let it out, bro. It's
it was hard for him. It was
Listen.
hard for him.
Listen,
It was
bro.
truly hard for him.
Okay.
So thinking about that, it's tough, because being with someone so long, it's like they become a part of you. And watching what he had to go through was
Same
tough.
here. Yeah, same here. Same here. My dad said he had liver cancer on a Sunday. He was dead the next Sunday. And it was the hardest thing I ever went through in my life. And I never want to experience that pain again. And I know it's going to happen again in my lifetime. I can count at least on several times it's going to happen again, but it will happen again. And you just hate those moments, because that's just you hate
part of life, though.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the thing.
You hate that sorrow,
Yeah, it's like death is a part of life, and no matter what you do, you can never truly prepare for it. But I guess you try to find solace in the good times that you had, but knowing that the conversations, the time, you can never get those again, and you try to remember the good times, but the human part of you miss that human feeling of having them. And like I said, my parents was blessed and had 10 kids. I'm number 9 out of the 10, and 9 boys, 1 girl. We were a tight knit, still are. We are a tight knit family. And when you lose your mom, then watching my father go through the challenges of having to go through dementia and things of that sort, and see how his life changed within that whole year. Then he passed. It's like it takes you through a whirlwind of emotions because you really can't process your mom's death because you're now caring for your dad. And you got to show your dad that, hey, it'll be okay. And got to be strong for him. Because I remember a few occasions my father would ask, where's mom? I'm stuck like, what do I tell him? What do I tell him? I can't tell him, oh, she's passed. So it's tough. And you go through that. That's what I'm saying. It's like you process all these things and try to be strong for him. And you don't get the chance to really mourn yourself and just go on. Because I believe, again, you have your time for mourning. When that comes, who knows?
I remember like when my grandfather was going through something similar with that, and he kept forgetting his, every like 2 to 3 minutes he would just he had a brain tumor that was benign, but it was growing into his brain, and at the very end of his age, before he passed, and it made him forget everything every like 3 minutes. So I remember just sitting there with him one night, and my cousin Steve, who's in our chat a lot, never on the show, but he said, he's like, how's Steve doing? I said, yeah, he's doing great, and blah 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 blah. 2-3 minutes later, how's Steve doing? Like, he's doing great, blah 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 blah. 3 minutes later, how's Steve doing? Hey, he's doing great, blah 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 blah. I'm like, well, I'm not going to leave this conversation because I keep having to answer the same question, so I'm just going to give him the answer that he's going to forget in 3 minutes. And he's like, how's Steve doing? I'm like, yeah, he lost his job. What? I'm like, what happened? I'm like, yeah, he just got fed up with it, told the owner, go fuck himself. And he's like, oh, well, that's a shame. He shouldn't have done that. How's Steve doing? I'm like, yes, he's doing great. He's in the Bahamas right now. He's blah, blah, blah. How's Steve doing? Not so well. He's in the hospital. He got hit by a car. Oh, that's awful. 3 minutes later, how's Steve doing? He's doing great. It's like, so it was just like, I started using it as an exercise for me to have at least have a fun conversation with him that I knew he was going to forget every 3 minutes, because it just was what it was. And I know that's kind of a really morbid thing to say right now, but that's how I approached it. I tried to take some humor in it, knowing that he would never remember what I was going to say, and then ask me the same question a few minutes later. And it always like, perked him up to whatever I said, and it got him thinking a different direction. And that's all I wanted to hear. I didn't want to hear the same response from him. So yeah, man, it's rough going through that.
Well, Aldo says he missed a show tonight because he is spending time with his new grandson.
Oh, did you say to him something about this morbid?
Well, I just told him that we played his tribute on the show tonight, and he said he missed the show because of this handsome guy here.
Nice.
So he's spending time with his new grandson. So congratulations on that, Aldo.
Yeah, congratulations, Aldo. He just had a new grandbaby. It's awesome stuff. He's probably like, I didn't want to know that, PJ, because it's a morbid video and it was a tribute to my death and I'm still alive. But yeah, I mean, listen, we all are going through stuff, and PJ, I know, like, I have a dog that's dying, and I'm sure a lot of you know that, and my dog has been like, when I first started like talking about this, he was like on a downward trajectory, like any day now, maybe next week, and then all of a sudden he's like right back up. And then he went from eating nothing to only eating ribeye, and now he's eating everything else again. He's eating carrots and celery and lettuce and his normal meals and milk bones and all that shit. And now he's like doing great again. But he's going to come back down again, and it's like a roller coaster. And I'll be back down on the roller coaster again at some point. But a dog is obviously a lot different than a human that's in your life that is important to you, especially somebody as important to you that you just lost. And our condolences seriously go out to you, Peach. It's
Appreciate it, bro. And as well as Zach. I mean, Zach lost his stepfather a couple of weeks ago, I believe.
Yeah, I saw that. I think I popped it up, but I don't know where it's at. Well, this show is turned into a downer.
No, it's not. It's
No,
a
it's
it's
celebration
a
of life.
it's a humbling show to remind you to love your loved ones, cherish life, and make the best of it. I'm a firm believer. I'm not one to say, "Oh, do what makes you happy and pursue happiness." I don't believe in pursuing happiness. I believe in pursuing peace. So if you what brings you peace, pursue that because man, peace is what's lasting for me. Peace. Last
I agree.
happiness to me fades. So
What's
peace.
what's the formula to finding peace? Is it remaining positive at all times?
Never let your highs get you high or your lows get too low.
Hmm.
Same thing I tell you all the time. I mean,
You told me that many times.
yeah, never let your highs get too high or your lows too low.
All right, I'll use that. I'll try to use that going forward. This Armando, what a sweet thing to say. This is what I always say: friends talking with friends, and it's really like you saying that, Armando, is just. I mean, it's just that almost brought tears to my eyes. You just saying that, so thank you, man. It means a lot. It's truly what we try to do here. It's about making friendships, having fun, and talking bears. And I think we've done a good job of that. And you guys all in chat have proven that to be true. And we want to thank you from the bottom.
I think the chat does a good job of supporting each other, encouraging each other, and actually being there for each other. And I appreciate that out of our chat. That we have a community here that we joke, we have our somber moments all together, and it's like come from a place of love. That's why I don't get into that name calling and talking about people in a negative way. I joke with Foster all the time about his age, but I love Foster. I truly love Foster. He knows it comes from a place of just being happy and just good vibes with him. There's nothing malicious between that. So
of course
that's
not.
and that's what I encourage in the chat. If you joke with each other in love, man. I mean, don't do it maliciously.
And when Foster totally ghosts us on a show like this, like that's gonna be
totally ghosts us.
I mean, completely, not even a text. Like I'm not gonna be there, like expecting him to be there, especially because our guest was provided by him at the first time, and he was here and I wasn't here. We don't care. Like whatever Foster has going on, he's got going on, and we're just happy to have him back when he comes back, and he adds that element to the show that we miss when he's not here. And Carl too. Like Carl's not here; he's going through some things. We miss Carl too, but everyone has life going on, and the fact that this show has actually been going on every Thursday for how many years now is a testament to not only us that keep this going, but to all you in chat that are here every week to encourage us to do so, because you guys are the engine that runs this. Because every time, if it comes down to where I don't want to do the show or I can't do the show, somebody else does it. If it comes down to where somebody else can't do the show or doesn't want to do the show, at the very least I do it. And it's just it's because you guys are so important to us, and I truly want you all. I'm looking you all in the eye right now, chat. You are truly all so important to us that you are the engine behind this, because there are so many days, so many weeks that none of us can or want to do this, but somehow we make it happen. It's all because of you guys, and we love and appreciate you guys and your support.
I want to do it every week. I just want the chat to know that. I want to do it every week. And when when I'm not here, it's because I got other stuff going on.
Right.
But it's not because I don't want to be here.
Right. And I don't think I've ever taken a show off that I didn't want to do it either. It was just because I had something else going on too. But I've always been blessed enough to have you guys that cover, for it. And
that's how we roll, brother. That's how we
roll.
That's how we roll.
Well, let's get the chat and get out of here because you guys are amazing. I mean, absolutely. First off, let's give a score prediction before we go, because I thought this was a loss until Joe Flacco now seems to be out. Joe Flacco is just one of those quarterbacks that he's a quarterback. He's a seasoned NFL veteran quarterback.
Is it a home game or away game?
You can plug him in and he will win you a game. It's an away game. So this is the third, I think, so we went back-to-back away, home, back-to-back away, home, and now this is the second back-to-back away until we go home again. Then we go home, away, home, I think, and then away, home, home.
Jeez.
We only have one back-to-back home game series in this entire season, and this is the third leg of the back-to-back away games.
Well, the scroll says the Bears will win 27-17.
All right, PJ.
Tony
you got to
Moy
talk
says,
to chat, because if I stand here any longer, I'm gonna have to end the show abruptly because I have to take a leak. So you talk to chat. I'll be right back.
I got you, chat. All right. Tony Moy says 35-28 Cincy. Tony Moy, come on, man. I'm just playing, bro. I'm just playing. I don't know. I think Flacco does tend to give us problems. Seems like he's unbothered. I guess that's the best way I can describe him. It's like you can hit him in the mouth 5 times and he still comes back. That to me is problematic, to where you hit certain quarterbacks, they get rattled. Seems like he doesn't get rattled. And I guess that's what concerns me about him. Seems like he just doesn't get rattled. What do you guys think in the chat? Whereas I think if the other guy plays, you can rattle him. But Joe Flacco is just unflappable. There you go. Joe Flacco, unflappable. So Zach thinks Cincinnati could be a coin flip. So he's going Bears 33-31 with some luck. I can see that. I can see. I don't know about I guess our secondary is depleted and we don't have much of a pass rush. So it could be a high scoring game. It could be. Romy, 1972, I think that's Jerome, says Bears 24, Cincy 23. Nail biter. Ooh. Cliff Victoria says 27-24 Bears. I think it'd be close. Now I'm thinking about it. I think it'd be close, especially being a away game. It'd be close. I heard many NFL players say that getting victories on the road is always tough. So it'd be tough. Mr. Mayhem says Cincy has the worst run defense in the league right now. And we seem to be running the ball a lot better these days, so that can hopefully benefit us. Caleb needs to pass or spread the ball around. Any of you guys know whether or not Cole Kmet is playing this week? No, he missed his first game as a pro last week. So is he going to play this week? I think we missed him.
I gotta tell you, man.
What's that?
These White Claws, they just make me piss like a racehorse. I've only had like 4 on the show, but I pissed twice. What the hell?
Hey, well, you know.
Yeah.
I haven't had any.
Really?
Really?
I thought you had like slammed like a 6-pack before you came on the show. Like I'm.
Yeah, me and alcohol just don't get along. In the sense of,
because it makes you piss too much.
I've never tried it. So, King Booker World says 27-23 Bears, but it won't be as close as the score ends. Okay.
Wait, hold on a second. Could you imagine if we just got PJ fucked up one night? Like, hey,
No.
PJ,
No.
take these 4 shots of tequila.
No.
I would just love to know what it would be like.
No, we can't imagine that. No.
No, I want to imagine that.
No.
I'm not saying that. I'm
No.
not peer pressuring you into it. I'm just saying.
Oh, trust me.
I just wonder what it would be like. I'm talking about 4 fucking White Claws, not shots of tequila.
The world will never know.
The world is a vampire.
Depends if Flacco plays. Cliff Victoria says depends on if Flacco plays. Big difference in Cincy quarterback strength. Cincy traded for him. I agree. I agree with the whole Flacco thing. To me, Joe Flacco is unflappable. I mentioned this when he was away. That seemed like you can hit that man in the mouth 5 times and he still just keeps coming back. He's like unfazed. That's a good quality to have, to where you can just, man, next play and let's go.
My man Rick Gonzalez says, "Let's be real. We need to win this by double digits. The Bengals defense is No, I'm thinking about the Browns. Sorry, you're right.
But they still have Hendrickson, right?
Yeah, but they are not. They're not the Browns defense like I was thinking in the beginning in my dumb head. You're right.
And
I'll do better, Rick. I apologize. Fuck Green Bay.
Komet is limited this week, so I don't know whether or not he'll play Sunday. Hopefully he will.
So what do you got? We got some scores here. We got Romy.
We got several scores here.
Romy 24-23 Bears.
What do you think? What do you think about the game, bro? What do you think?
Let me get through chat, and I'll make up my mind after their decisions.
Okay.
Cincinnati has Mr. Mayhem says Cincinnati has the worst run defense in the league right now. Buka says 27-23 Bears, but it won't be as close as the score ends. Cliff says depends if Flacco plays. A big difference in Cincy QB strength. I agree. Cliff. That's my biggest thing. If he doesn't play, I'm going Bears. If he does play, I'm thinking the Browns game that we played him a couple years ago when they beat us. Like that, he's just like one of those quarterbacks that could just come in off the street, literally. Not traded for, like learning a new offense again, and he throws like 342 yards with Jamar Chase. Like that's my worry. So if he doesn't play, I have a lot more hope. Rick again saying, do better. Petty Lara saying just fuck Green Bay.
Screw it.
Scroll saying BCP does Vegas. I mean, I don't know. Can we? Is that possible? That'd be cool.
Bears 35-23 says Rick Gonzalez. Minister Charles says.
Wait. Minister
Charles
Johnson
states that Bears 31-14. John
S. It's normally John S.
Yeah, John S. Says Bears 41-16, assuming no Flacco.
I like your thinking, John S. I love it. Zach says, "Wow, Bengals are only a game and a half back out of first, though. That is crazy, right? Is Joe Flacco going to come back this year, or Joe
Burrow?
Thank you. Going to come back this year?
I don't know.
Interesting.
That guy's a player.
He's a player, but he's kind of like Kyler Gordon, Great when he's in the game, but not in enough.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so we got this. We got chat. Chat's going with everyone's going with a win. So I'm going to say if Joe Flacco does not play, I'm going 30-21 Bears. I'll put it in chat here.
30-21 Bears. It's a tough game for me to call because of our depleted secondary. I mean, of course, I'm going to always pick the Bears, but as far as score prediction, though, tough. I don't know. I don't know.
Armando says his son is going to the game this weekend.
Hey, that's what's up.
Which is pretty awesome.
Yes.
I responded, nice. Well, way to travel, man, because, man, we travel as Bears fans. That's why I say, like, that's why I keep saying, I'll say it for the 115th millionth time on the show. If the Bears, if they actually stopped with the fucking bullshit penalties and allowed the Bears to go up 21-0 on the Commanders and, 21-0 on the Raiders and, 14-0 on the Ravens and get that lead where the team is playing from behind and they can change their game plan on defense and on offense, then we win those games. But for whatever reason, these calls are just absolute bullshit against the Bears, especially when you compare. Let's take the Lions game, for example. 4 weeks ago, a Monday night game, there was a play where they were the Lions like caught a ball and it was like out of bounds, but they challenged it. And during the challenge, they found that there was a penalty on the play. And then they just decided to call the penalty on the play against the Lions, even though the replay was in favor of them. They called the foul against them, which still went against them. That is the first and only time it's ever happened in the NFL.
I didn't think you can do that.
Exactly, you cannot do that. And so we're watching this game last week against the Ravens with the helmet to helmet spearing on OZ. I mean, we've all seen it on Twitter and on other podcasts, people slow motioning it over and over and over and over again, helmet-to-helmet contact. Kyler Gordon put his arm up, like you said, Armando, and got his arm in the way to prevent the helmet-to-helmet. No helmet-to-helmet. Textbook hit as far as how you're trying to coach the league right now to prevent injuries. Textbook, but you call the personal foul on Gordon 2 weeks ago. Then the same thing happens. It's 100% more blatant. In fact, it is 100% foul. And they're sitting there reviewing this play, whether or not OZ caught that ball, because they thought it was a fumble. So they reviewed it and they're going over the review, and nobody, not the announcers, no one is talking about this helmet to helmet contact that probably gave him a fucking concussion. And by all accounts, he should be fined for if he hasn't been yet. And nobody's saying a word about it.
But you got to also think, too, though. Vikings have been getting screwed pretty much, too. I seen something the other day where that showed Vikings got screwed out of, 3 straight games, too. So.
Well, what's going on?
These referees, man, I don't know.
And somebody else pointed out that, have you noticed that, like, every commercial, when they go to that commercial while they're reviewing that play that was really a helmet-to-helmet contact, but they're reviewing whether it was a fumble or not, they go to a commercial and they're giving you a betting app commercial.
Hey, well, look at that tush push with Philadelphia. The Giants knocked the ball out. Oh, we blew the whistle. We didn't hear no whistle. I'm like, what was that?
Yep. And at what point do you have to wonder whether or not you have to pontificate it's a conspiracy against the Bears? It's we've seen Justin Fields slide and get slammed in the head, run out of bounds, get slammed out of bounds, no calls. The next play, we do that to their team, we got a call. It happens over and over and over and over again against us every year in, year out.
Now, I've seen somebody made a suggestion. If you want to limit those type of injuries with those quarterbacks, take away their ability to slide. They'll either get out of bounds a whole lot sooner to where you're not getting hit, or, hey, be like Jackson, is his name Jackson Dart, who leads with his head when he runs into a defensive player?
I don't know.
Which I find to be crazy. Is that his name? Jackson Dart for the Giants.
Yeah, Giants. Yeah.
That dude leads with his head. I'm like, wow. I've actually seen him launch his head into defenders, and I'm like, bruh, that's
Tony
dangerous.
Moy saying the bookies run the league. I agree with you.
It's kind of hard to argue against it.
Mr. Mayhem saying the NFL is rigged against the Bears. I believe that. I truly believe it because I've said it. How many times have I said this? If the Bears were the number one team in the league, we would overtake the entire fucking globe. And I'll say it again. There would be a random Chiefs Bengals game, and you would hear, "Let's go Bears, let's go Bears" in the third quarter at some point, and everyone would be like, the announcers would be like, "Why are they saying let's go Bears?" Oh, because the Bears are 13-0 right now for the second year in a row.
Man.
And so they don't want, again, thank you, Harley Wild Hog. Shaving points is a real thing. Like in all the games that we should have gone up 21-0 or 14-0 or 28-0, and all the calls knocked it back down to 13-0 or 14-0 or 10-0. They're trying to cover the spread for those games that the Bears are underdogs in. And it's happened.
Makes me wonder.
They've done it every fucking time.
And which makes me wonder if I believe that truly, which I do, that there's some type of nefarious something going on. Why would you ever bet on a game? Because it's totally not coincidence. It's like certain things are just rigged. It's like, come on, bro. Come on. Why would I? Am I hoping that, I'm in alignment with what the league wants right here? So here, let me make this bet. Ain't no way in the world I would make a bet on a sporting event these days. Not that I ever have, but I'm just saying, it's like, to me, it's so, I don't want to say dirty. I just want to say suspicious. It's so suspicious. Yeah, it's so suspicious that I don't see why a person would make a bet on this.
Like let's take, for example, the year that they decided they were going to lock down on taunting penalties, right? That was the year that Justin Fields had that amazing comeback game against the Steelers, and then what's his name on defense sacks the guy and gets up and just kind of does like one of these things and walks off, and then they call it. It was a totally not of all the taunting penalties that they called that entire, and they were calling every single one of them, as many as they could.
He called it because the referee stuck out his hip for him to bump into him.
Well, but yeah, exactly. The referee got in his way explicitly to call the penalty on him. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. If it's not a conspiracy, I don't know what it is. Why would you want to keep? We've heard John Madden say this many moons ago. Many moons ago. If the Bears are good, it's good for the NFL. Yet every time the Bears have a chance to reach that next pinnacle to become good, better, best, never let it rest till the good gets better and the better gets best. Like, they are trying their asses off to make sure that does not happen. Why does it benefit? Does it benefit the owners because they're going to make more money if the Bears are not great? That's the only thing I can think of, because who gives a fuck about Jacksonville if the Bears are 14-0 and then they finally lose? If the Bears go 17-0 and win the Super Bowl, like, could you imagine what would happen after that? Like, it would just be, we would literally take over the entire.
You'd be able to shut you up, I'll tell you that.
You wouldn't be able to shut me up. You wouldn't be able to shut any one of us up in chat here. Every one of us in chat would just be like, fucking Bears are the best. Like, King Buka would be like, can I get a show on your channel? I'd be like, yeah, let's do it right now. Armando would be like, can I get a show? Yeah, let's do it. Like, what day of the week do you want? Like, it would be that amazing. We would all be just
three different shows in one day.
Everyone would start coming out of the woodwork. Like, all the fans, there wouldn't be any of this negative shit talking. There wouldn't be like me and Bearski's chat last night, like getting into a major argument. Like, that I'm ashamed of with Dave Ski. Go watch the members' content for those of you that have that, and I explain that. But if you haven't seen that, go watch last night's show on Bearski Films. Fast forward to the end when Dave Ski and me are arguing. I'm in chat, and it's just like my argument against him was the negativity that comes from this fan base, and it's because we had all those plays during the game that got negated by penalties, and then we lose 150 yards in passing, and it makes Caleb look like shit, and then now he's the bad guy. It's just, to me, there is some kind of weird shit going on, and I don't want to explicitly call it a conspiracy theory, but I'll just say it makes me pontificate. It does. It makes me pontificate. It puts me into 100% pontification mode. Fair enough?
Yeah, I can agree with that.
All right, cool.
I mean, I can understand why you pontificate. I mean, because again, it's so bizarre, for the lack of a better term. It's like bizarre, some of the calls they be making, and it's like, come on, man, it was only obvious. I don't always understand it. I think it's all about, I think someone said it earlier in the chat, the league making money. Yeah. I mean, they got into bed with
then you go to a commercial and you promote betting.
Yeah, it's all about, making money on the bets and all that other stuff. And why in the world do you need LeBron James to promote, what's that, Kings? What is that, Kings betting or whatever he does with Kevin Hart? They promoting, I'm watching them on the commercials. I'm like, this is football season. Why are we watching LeBron James talking about, I guess he can't talk about it if it's during basketball season, right?
Right, of course, yeah.
Okay, I'm like, all right, because I'm like, what are we doing?
There are some great chats here. Scroll saying the league wants to increase revenue by growing markets like Jacksonville and NFL Europe, which there's now a game every fucking week, which there's only like one game a year.
Man,
it's like every Sunday I wake up and I turn the TV and oh, there's a game on. It's fuckface against fuckface. I could give a shit about these teams playing in Europe, but at least I have football on my TV, and they're getting the view, but I'm not watching.
Yeah, if you're getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning to watch it, or whatever time it is.
I'm not. I get up at 10 o'clock and the game is still on, but
jeez.
We got a lot of good stuff here. Harley Wildhog, I'm sure that we would recognize you as somebody else if this weird thing didn't happen to YouTube. Says, would you do a watch party if the Bears went to the Super Bowl? That's a really good question.
Absolutely not.
I think I would be too involved in the Super Bowl for me to do that.
I would be so comfortable. When I mean comfortable, I would get in my favorite chair, get my snacks all around me, and I'm not thinking about talking to anybody because I'd be so in tune to the game that I'm not doing anything else but watching the game. You
would. Well, first off, before you did that, you'd get all comfortable by putting on your banana hammock with your drip.
Greetings. I'm Dr. Dick Richards. Have you ever thought?
You probably wear that, brother.
You put on your banana hammock just for the game?
No. No, I mean, yeah, I just think you can tell when I'm really into a game. My people know that when I'm really into a game, I'm not trying to be bothered by nobody. Just let me get in my little zone, be it in my living room or downstairs in my man cave. Just let me just watch my game and uninterrupted. Just let me do my thing.
Like, it's like why you guys, like, when we're watching, when the game is on, I'm not kidding you guys. After the game, I look at my phone, 76 text messages between you and Foster and Carl and I, but I had nothing to do with that. And I'm like,
that was our secret.
I text you guys. I'm like, I am not reading any of those 76 texts. I was watching the game.
Hey, we was watching the game and we were commenting about, something like, why is Rome getting so many targets and no one else. We have to say things like that. And, it's
Yeah, but by the time you're like, okay, it's 1st and 10. All right. Let me just respond to these guys. Oh shit! What just happened?
well, I don't know how Carl does it because Carl will come up with like 5 paragraphs when you do something. But I'm like, I'm giving like 3-word answers because I'm to that point. I'm like, I want to hurry up and say what I got to say before I can watch the next play.
Yeah. Carl goes off though.
Hey,
that you know what that is? That's the younger mind.
he can do it.
Yeah, he can walk and
he probably can type with his thumbs. I want to say maybe 70 words a minute.
I would agree with you on that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's my man hopping in here because Rome is awesome. That's my cousin Steve. I was talking about you earlier, Steve.
Steve, I like your brother, but there's awesome and then there's too much.
He thinks that he's targeted way too much by Caleb, and I think Steve would agree that there's a reason behind that because they want to both boost their rookie card value. Thanks for Steve. I love you, man. Thanks for hopping in tonight. He's literally my brother, not my cousin. He's my brother. But I would say this is a good time to end the show.
Good time. It is now.
We got 4 minutes to go. If we can end this on 2 minutes and 2 hours and 30 minutes, that'd be sick.
Well, let's see if we can do it.
All right, we gotta just keep talking for 4 more minutes. So how you doing? What are you wearing?
Okay, it was a good night show. It was a good show tonight, guys. I appreciate you joining us. Him asking me what I'm wearing is just crazy to me. Just crazy to me. Just crazy to me.
We know you're sitting in your underwear right now with a pair of slippers on.
I got on an Adidas sweatshirt, bro.
But you're wearing your underwear underneath that. You're sitting there from your underwear down, bro. We get it. Hey, can you prove it? Look, I can prove I'm not. Look, I got my sweats on. Look. All right, cool. Are those sweats too?
Yes.
Oh, look at us, old ass men wearing sweats right now.
Hey, man, I went in and had to talk to some kids about lifting weights today. So, hey.
Oh man, Steve, you know how much I love you, man. You're my fucking favorite person in the whole world, and thank you for hopping in at the end of this. And we'll talk soon. You're my guy, bro. You're my guy. He's my he went from someone who I climbed down on the top bunk to fart on his head to becoming my mentor, even though he's younger than me. And I look to him for advice, and I love you, Steve. So thank you for being there for me. I appreciate you.
If I can just say this, if you fart on my head, I think we still would be fighting.
Well, I'm lucky enough to have Steve that decided that was funny.
Yeah, we'll still be fighting.
Cliff says, Aldi Italian meatballs with grape. Oh, don't even start with that. That's the one you put. I know exactly that recipe, man. You put that in a crock pot. You eat it with a toothpick.
Left. Got 1 minute left. So,
all right.
Even if you're going to talk about food, you got to make it like.
I gotta hurry this shit up.
Man.
All right, we have 40. We got 50 seconds to go right now.
I have pizza doing Super Bowls. I don't know, man. I mean, I'm flexible. You want more like finger foods.
Like chicken fingers and
because you don't want to like be too occupied eating while the game's going.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. When the Bears go to the Super Bowl again next year and win it, I'll get some chicken wings. That's for sure.
Pizza Hut has some pretty decent pizza. I mean, some chicken wings, man. I was surprised.
They're not bad. I got
Yeah,
a
they
place
get
on
that-
the street. I got a place on the street called Rico's Hibachi and Wings, and they have everything from cheeseburgers to Philly's cheesesteaks to fucking deep fried tilapia to hibachi to wings. It's like
Garlic Parmesan Pizza Hut. Okay. Now it's at 2:30.
now we hit 2:30. We're done.
Yes.
Listen, guys, we can't thank you enough. You guys are the best. Every one of you. You want to get to chat individually?
Now it's going to take us over 2:30.
2 minutes. Yeah, we'll be 2 hours and 32 minutes is fine.
Chad already know. We already been talking to him all night, guys. You know, we love you, Steve Phillips, Patty Laura, Armando Laura. You guys know Cliff Victoria. You guys know. I did not see Chart Speaker tonight, but I did see Mr. Mayhem and I did see Minister Charles. So thank you guys so much. Tony Moy, all you guys.
Tony Moy, Minister Charles Johnson, Patty Lara, Armando Lara, El Joe Nino,
Cliff Victoria,
Minister Charles, or Mr. Mayhem, Steve
He's
Phillips.
just going to ruin it.
We love
Good
you
night.
guys. We'll see you guys next Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. By the way, don't forget about the British Bears on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. We love you guys. We appreciate your support.
He went over.
Go Bears. We're going to get a win this week. Ready? A 1, a 2, a 3.
Good night.
Bears.
Giddy up, groove, stay.
You down with BCP? Yeah, you know me. You down with BCP? Yeah, you know me. Integral, grind exponential. You down with BCP? That's the way we rotate radially. You down with BCP? Down with BCP? You down with BCP? You down with BCP? That's the way we do things limitlessly.
Yeah,
You down with BCP?
yeah, you know me.
You down with BCP?
Let's blow. Switch the flow. Shift the tempo.